This is Kyle from Bakers for Bread video blog. Just want to share a quick story with you about something that happened to me last week. We have a wonderful older woman in our church, and she sent me a text message asking if I'd like a couple books. So I agreed and found out that a couple books actually meant 12 to 16 boxes worth of books. So I was overjoyed. I've been sorting through them. But what I found really interesting and wanted to share with you was that Sunday when I was loading these boxes up into our car, I kind of found out a little bit of the backstory, and it was very interesting. Apparently this great older lady had been married to a pastor for several years, who ended up apparently leaving her and leaving the church and abandoning everyone, essentially, and running away with some woman. And so it was heartbreaking to hear that. But I guess what was even more moving in my heart and stirred my affections was the way that she didn't let it, allow it, justify it, use it to sink into bitterness and to hate her fellow Christians, to hate God, to hate the church, that she's still obedient to Christ, that she still loves the church, that she's still submitting to God. It was just really beautiful, really beautiful. So a couple things. One, I'd encourage you when you meet people at church, that there's a backstory there that we're not always aware of, and there's huge evidences of God's grace. So I know sometimes it can feel like just a gathering where you meet people, but the longer you get to know someone, the more they open up, the more amazing it is to me what God has done in the lives of His people. And the other thing I wanted to share with you real quick too is it's been really difficult as I'm sorting through these books, looking at giving them away, giving them to other people, which ones I'm going to keep. I open them, and there's books about marriage, about fidelity, faithfulness, being a good husband, how marriage should be in light of the biblical revelation, and all these, her ex-pastor husband had all these highlighted verses, all these notes written in the columns, and it was difficult to me to see that, because I think so often we're Platonic, we equate growing in knowledge with real change, and there's certainly an element to that, but all the knowledge in the world doesn't necessarily make us walk in obedience. And so we can be, the knowledge essentially can just puff us up, and we can be prideful and arrogant, and sure, we can have read so many books, but it leads to no transformation. It can lead to no Christ-likeness, which is the end game. Christians were little Christ. And so I'm not trying to make this to discourage you from study, from theological research, but I would encourage you that something my friend Andrew Hoy said that has always left a lasting impact on me. He said something along the lines of, never learn more than you have the faith to work out in obedience. And basically meaning, don't just keep reading and reading if you're not doing it. It's kind of simple, boiling down to the James bit, but I think it's really important, and I was reminded that today, going through this pastor's theological library and then looking at his life and seeing how that did not reflect the truth of the Scripture, it's saddening, and I hope for better things for us. So thank you guys.